Hi, I'm Michael Patterson, and we've been talking about Better Brains by Design. This is an initiative that MindRamp Consulting has developed where we are actually encouraging people and training people how to develop personal strategies to design their brain in a way that will help them flourish across a long lifespan. And what I want to focus on now is some of the science behind this. Why do we actually think that this is possible? Why do we know that this is possible given the evidence? And I want to focus on two pieces of evidence that we think are really very important. One is the incredible plasticity of the human brain, that research has really discovered that the brain is incredibly plastic, and I'll get back to that because that's the core of what I want to talk about. In another session, I'll talk about risk factors and protective factors, and the fact that science has done a really good job of identifying what puts our brains at risk, our bodies at risk, but also what can protect it and what can strengthen it. But let me talk now about the plasticity of the brain. It used to be, maybe 20 years ago, all of the textbooks said you have all of the brain cells that you're ever going to have, sort of all of the brain power, and as you go through life, you lose them. Gradually, there's this slow decline, and it goes down and down. Now that they actually can look into live brains and active brains, scientists have realized that this is totally wrong. The human brain changes almost on a moment-to-moment basis throughout our lifetime. It changes very rapidly when we're quite young. As an infant, your brain is going through amazing changes. But even when you get to be my age, when you're getting to be much older, the brain is continuing to change because that's how we think. Actually, that's the process of thinking and learning and imagining and feeling, is that all of the individual brain cells in the brain are communicating with each other. They grow new branches that connect in new ways. They have synapses, which are the gaps that hormones, neurotransmitters, chemical signals go back and forth. All of these things are constantly changing. If we think a new thought, it's almost as though literally you grow new dendrites, you make new connections. When your brain is active and when part of your brain is more active, capillaries actually grow to bring more blood to that area so that your circulatory system is changing and stuff. So this is very exciting because people are really beginning to realize that it gives us the power. We already have the power, but we're recognizing the power to change our brains by what we do, because plasticity is responsive to what's going on in the environment, both external to ourselves, but also our internal environment. And plasticity, and one important concept is it goes both ways. You can either grow, get more connections, get more robust, or if you don't do stuff or if you damage things, the brain will wither and atrophy. And one of the things that we think is happening often with aging is that people just gradually stop using their brain as much as they should, or there's too much damage that accumulates and wear and tear, so they stop using their brain and stop stimulating the plasticity. A big part of what our whole push is for designing better brains is to continue to stimulate the plastic growth in many different areas by being mindful about what we do, what we think, what we feel, what we experience, and so on. Better cut that because I lost my train of thought.